Hey, hello, June 4th here, Happy Dog Farm. I've been outside a little bit, but I've been in the shop quite a bit. And this is just sort of a status update, show you how I'm doing, what I'm doing, why I'm doing. Making mistakes, learning lessons. So I thought I'd share that stuff with you. Okay, let's see what I got. Well, first of all, you can see the really neat white trim. What I've got is a piece of PVC lumber on the top held in place by stainless steel fasteners, and my neighbor, using his table saw, slotted it on the bottom, so it's forming a cap for the top of the plywood. It actually overlaps the plywood proper, and it's making a really nice cap, and that really is doing a nice job of any indiscretions that made the tops of the woods, the top of the panels, non-contiguous, that is bumpy. It's smoothed out by that piece of wood. It's really kind of a cheater. You'll also notice that there's a gap between the wood and the joists that I've installed. And if you look, I cut a piece of wood, and each one that was used on the ends and there in the middle, because that happens to go against the wall, so that every one of them was exactly the same. Now, if you look at the end pieces, there's two screws fastening it in place. The screws are in the lower half of each board, so that most of the wood of the board is actually resting on the screws rather than trying to tear off the top of the board. I learned that somewhere, I just don't remember where. Also, to improve the strength, that's a 2x4. It's kind of a long span, and although this is only holding up a suspended ceiling and some insulation, I have Simpson strong ties, heavy duty ones, again fastened to the bottom of the board so the force rests on the wood rather than pulling it off, and tied up into the really hard wood of the floor above. Now, I put a tight string across from end to end as a straight line, and knowing that all these pieces of wood were a little warped, I pulled that taunt, and then each one was pushed up or pulled down to make sure it just touched the string. So they're all, the centers are a 1/16 of an inch roughly from the plane. Now, looking here in the corners, this is high-density polyethylene corner material. When the panels go up on the walls, they will overlap that. There'll be an edge, and things are bound to run into that edge, and I'm using stainless steel staples to hold that in place. And that way, any water that hits the wall there is going to run into plastic. It's not going to be touching wood, so there won't be an exposed surface there. It's going to be relatively snug, but nothing's perfect, and that just is one more block, if you will, to keep moisture out. So, what the heck else? Yeah, the lighting, you can see, I pulled the lighting fixtures out and they're just resting up there. And when I start stuffing insulation, well, then I really have to deal with it. I've been procrastinating a lot. So, June 4th, Happy Dog Farm. Not much else to add. I ordered the ceiling material. It's metal. When the insulation goes up, after the insulation, foam board with a reflective barrier is going to go up. It'll get taped. That's my vapor barrier, so that's why I'm using unfaced insulation. I don't need it, and this is cheaper. So I'm putting that up. I'll tape all the seams, and then the new ceiling will go up, and that'll be kind of cool. And that will be, you can see in the drawing there, we've got, not to scale, the wall, that PVC cap, and then that spacer, that little thing I had there, that gives me the gap I needed to put in the furring strips and the foam in between the 2x4 and the top of the PVC. So I'll have something really nice there, and then the J channel will hide any minutia that might be in there. So that's all there is. Happy Dog Farm. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye. Bye.